history, but we've lost so many key guys such as Dolphy, Golby, a lot of those veteran guys and a lot of guys who did most of the scoring. But how big is it to have guys like Carlson Mayo, Liam Foudy, and all those guys step up and rise to the occasion?
Well, it's their opportunity to do just what you said, and it's fun to watch them play. That overtime, I would have paid to see that. That was entertaining as all get out. Great offense and plays, and it's nice to see those guys contribute for sure, and because they have the opportunity to show what they could do, and that's what they want to do.
Okay, go ahead, Dina.
Hi, great win tonight. So after that second period, it was kind of an odd one for you guys. Can you kind of give us an idea of what was said in the locker room to make it such a resounding win in the third period and overtime?
We really liked our first period. It was a good period of hockey. It was well played on both sides. We were doing things that we wanted to do. We wanted to play fast, simple, and plays with poise and confidence with the puck, and we did that. The second period, we didn't do that as much. We got away from that, if you will. That's the simplest way to put it. And as a result, we found ourselves in our zone more than we wanted to. Third period was about setting our mind correctly and going back out to what we did in the first. And it was good to get that power play goal. And then they scored a couple, but we didn't like hang our heads. We stayed with it and continued to play and eventually found a way to win the game.
Okay, to you, Elaine.
Kind of walk us through what was going through your mind during that overtime, because it was wild. Like, the goalies put on a show for sure.
Yeah. Well, we practice this. We don't practice it a lot, but we play 3-on-3 full ice as a way not only to get conditioning, but to practice things that we want to do 3-on-3, how we do our defensive zone coverage, the in zone, how we play in the neutral zone coming out of the in zone offense. So guys have a pretty good idea of what they want to do. And we seem to control the puck quite a bit in the overtime, which is a key factor.
Back to Andrew.
So the last two games, we've had Dylan Simpson playing as a forward, and it looks like, even though he's a defenseman, he's playing really well at forward, and just kind of interested to see how you think he's playing out of his normal position.
Dylan unequivocally is one of the smartest hockey players right now. He's a hockey player that I've come across in my years. His understanding of the game, like how many guys do you think could go for playing defense and up the forward and really, we put him with a couple of young guys because he can give him some experience and such, but he's just so intelligent. His hockey IQ is remarkable, and he kind of gets to pass that on to the guys that he plays with.
Last one to Dina.
Okay, so you got a quick turnaround facing Chicago again at 4:00 tomorrow. How does the team take the lessons learned tonight and implement them in time for tomorrow's game?
I think for me as a head coach, what we would like for them to take home is to come back and be consistent like we were for the first period throughout 60 minutes. And that's hard. There's a lot of stuff that happens, but if we could, that's the wish of every coach, that they play at that high level consistently. And it would be pretty fun to have that. But that's one thing we'd like to do, is play more to that 60 minutes with the way we played in the first.
So that overtime was pretty crazy. Kind of talk to us about what was going through your head during overtime, but also before that goal was scored.
Yeah, we had a few chances throughout the overtime, and they also had a few, and our goalie made some big saves. And on that shift there earlier in the shift, I got the puck right in the slot and bounced over my stick, and then just recovered. And luckily enough, Angle and I got a steal there and came in 2-on-0, and nice play back and forth, and he put it in. It was nice to secure the win like that.
Dina, go ahead.
Hi, Liam. Great job in the victory today. So talk to us a little bit about special teams. You had a great shorthanded attempt tonight. Your team has been doing really well with the shorthanded attempts and the goals. So can you just kind of elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, we have a good system that the coaches put in place for us on it. We're all on the same page. We know what we need to do, and we know not to cheat at certain times. And luckily enough, Angle and I work really well out there together out on it, and we've got some chances out there. And usually, from what I learned in the past, power play guys aren't expecting to play D as much, and they're not as ready for guys to attack, and we're always ready to strike, and it works out for us most of the time, and it's a dangerous penalty kill.
Last one to Liam. Here we'll go to Elaine.
So you guys have played your third game in 4 games, which is something that hasn't really happened much this year, and you have been flying. How have you been able to just kind of keep that energy going during this many games in a short amount of time?
The coaches give us a good schedule for recovery and give us enough sleep, and it's something we're all used to in the past. We've always played a lot of games growing up, and so you just got to stay as ready as possible. There's not much excuses out there. A lot of other teams are going through the same thing as us, and right now I'm just feeling fresh, and I like being in the groove I am right now.
Hi, Adam. Great game tonight. So 3 assists. Can you just kind of walk us through tonight and how you're able to get so many points up?
Yeah, I think when you pass the puck to good players, good things happen. To be honest, but no, Sakura, myself, and Meyer, I think we've been playing really well lately, clicking a lot and getting chances like those every game. So I think just playing the same way we have been lately and just putting our chances in the net is kind of all we had to do tonight.
All right, Elaine.
Can you kind of expand upon that chemistry that first line really has together and why you think that it is working?
Yeah, I think it's been about 8 or 9 games or something like that we've been together now in a row. So naturally, you're going to build chemistry and stuff like that. But I think just the way that we can communicate with each other on and off the ice, talking, if something doesn't go our way, figuring it out and fixing it for the next time it happens. But I think the best way to put it is that we communicate so well together is how we can just keep consistently playing well.
Back to you, Dina.
Okay, so was that overtime as fun to play in as it was for us to watch?
Yeah, it really was. Even when I wasn't on the ice, watching from the bench, it was exciting. From 2-on-1s, 2-on-0s, guys with broken sticks. Yeah, it was a heck of a time to watch, and I hope the fans enjoyed it too.
Last one for Adam here to Elaine.
What's kind of like the mood going into tomorrow? Like, how are you guys preparing for such an early game?
Well, I think when that this is a top team that we're playing against, I don't think you have to find a reason to want to beat them. Just the fact that they're the top team. I mean, going home and taking care of yourself, getting your food and your rest in you is one thing, but as far as mentally, I think it's just we're hockey players. We should be able to find that energy to play every single day, so that won't be a problem.
And so, if you want to kind of walk us through kind of why it worked for you guys there in overtime to close it out.
Yeah, I mean, we went down on 2-on-1, had that chance early, and I just hit the goalie right in the shoulder from a great pass from Foods, and I think we just got that second chance again, and this time we capitalized on
it. Dina, go ahead.
Congratulations on the win tonight. So you got the game's first goal and the game-winning goal. So how do you kind of just keep steady the entire game to keep on producing like that?
Well, I mean, if you look at the guys I'm playing with, it's not the hardest to do. I mean, you're just trying to find some open ice and they're going to hit me. And tonight I found that open ice, and obviously Foods and Simmer both made some great plays to me, and I capitalized on that.
Andrew, go ahead.
So you played in 14 games now, Cleveland, and you've had 7 goals. Did you expect to have this type of success when you started just a couple weeks ago now?
I don't want to say no, but I don't want to say yeah either. I think the work I've put in the summer leading up to the season, I think I kind of deserve the start I had and the progress I'm having right now. Obviously, I didn't really expect it, coming in as a 20-year-old and your first year pro. Usually this kind of stuff doesn't really happen. But like I said, I got put with 2 good line mates, and my team's helping me. My line mates are helping me, and I'm just trying to get open for them.
All right, one more here to Elaine.
So this is your guys' third game in 4 days. Kind of talk about how you guys have been able to just stay fresh leading into tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's not our first time playing hockey, right? I think growing up, you kind of lead into this kind of stuff. You're playing tournaments in minor hockey where you're playing every other day, every day, and 2 games a day. So your body's kind of used to it. It's nothing new for us. It happens every year. 2-and-2s, 3-and-4s, 3-and-3s kind of thing. They all happen, especially in junior. I think it kind of helps us lead up to these kind of games. And, just having those light practices in between those morning skates, just kind of keep your legs going, doing whatever you can away from the rink to prepare for the game. And we got Benny here, our strength coach. He's done everything for us. And then obviously our coaches too in practice. They're doing everything they can to make sure our legs and we're healthy for the game.